Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that in just 1 month you could completely transform your life? It's not a fantasy, it's a fact. Change doesn't take years, it takes focus, commitment, and the willingness to break free from the habits that hold you back. In the next 30 days, you can rewire your mindset, refocus your energy, and realign your actions to create a life that excites and inspires you. Let's dive into 6 powerful principles that will make this transformation possible. Deciding what you want is the cornerstone of any transformation. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's impossible to channel your energy effectively. Start by identifying what truly matters to you, not what others think you should want. Reflect deeply on your values, passions, and the vision you hold for your ideal life. What would make you feel fulfilled, inspired, and alive? This is not the time to settle for vague aspirations like, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. Those are outcomes, not goals. Instead, break them down into tangible, actionable objectives. For example, if success means financial freedom to you, specify the amount of income, savings, or assets that would signify that freedom. Once you've defined your goal, commit to it fully. Commitment isn't about hoping or wishing, it's about deciding that no matter what, you will achieve your goal. This decision sets off a chain reaction in your mind. When you commit, you eliminate the option to quit. And you're telling your brain to start searching for solutions and opportunities to make your vision a reality. Write down your commitment in a powerful affirmative statement. For instance, instead of saying, I'd like to improve my health, write, I will lose 10 pounds, gain muscle, and feel energetic within the next month by eating whole foods, exercising daily, and hydrating. Basic changes. Let's start changing my food intake. I'd better make it above an hour so I no longer feel the need to eat at lunchtime. Your commitment must be backed by a sense of urgency. Treat your goal like it's a life or death situation, because complacency is the enemy of progress. Imagine the pain of staying where you are versus the pleasure of achieving your goal. Visualize the consequences of inaction. What will your life look like in a year if you don't change? Now, visualize the rewards of success. What will achieving this goal bring you in terms of joy, freedom, and fulfillment? This mental exercise anchors your commitment emotionally and provides a powerful driving force. Clarity also involves eliminating distractions and conflicting priorities. The truth is, you can't do everything at once. And trying to will only dilute your energy and focus. If your goal is to build a new business, for example, you may need to put other projects or hobbies on hold temporarily. This doesn't mean abandoning them forever. It means prioritizing what matters most for now. Use tools like Eisenhower's matrix to categorize tasks and identify what's truly important versus what's merely urgent or insignificant. Prioritizing things in your life that matter more than the little stuff. Use prioritizing tools like Eisenhower's matrix to categorize tasks and identify what's truly important versus what's merely urgent or insignificant. Another critical aspect of deciding what you want is aligning it with your values and authentic self. Often people pursue goals that society, family, or peers have imposed on them, only to find that achieving those goals leaves them feeling empty. Ask yourself, why do I want this? If the answer is rooted in external validation or fear of judgment, you may need to reconsider. True fulfillment comes from pursuing goals that resonate with your inner truth. As you decide what you want, break your goal into smaller milestones to make it feel achievable. For instance, if your ultimate aim is to run a marathon, your first milestone might be running 5 miles without stopping. Breaking the goal into chunks not only reduces overwhelm, but also provides opportunities to celebrate progress along the way. This builds momentum and reinforces your commitment. Share your goal with someone you trust who will hold you accountable. Declaring your goal publicly, even if it's just to a close friend, makes it feel more real and creates a sense of responsibility to follow through. However, be selective about whom you share your vision with. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you rather than those who might project doubt or negativity. Finally, revisit your goal daily. This isn't a set it and forget it process. Each morning, read your written goal and affirm your commitment. Visualize yourself achieving it and feel the emotions that come with that success. This practice programs your subconscious mind to stay focused and motivated. Every decision and action throughout your day should align with this vision. Let it guide how you spend your time, whom you interact with, and what opportunities you pursue. By deciding what you want and committing fully, you create a foundation for lasting change. It's a process that demands self-awareness, clarity, and determination. But the rewards are immeasurable. And for many people, they find this process inconceivable. They can't bear to think about it. They get attached to the broken links in the chain. Creating a detailed action plan is essential for turning your goals into reality. A vision without a plan is merely a dream. Your plan serves as a roadmap, guiding you step by step toward your desired outcome. Start by taking your ultimate goal and breaking it down into smaller, actionable tasks. These tasks should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART. For instance, if your goal is to improve your fitness, your tasks might include exercising for 30 minutes daily, meal prepping every Sunday, and drinking 8 glasses of water each day. The first step in creating an action plan is identifying your milestones. These are the significant checkpoints or smaller goals that lead to your ultimate objective. Milestones provide a sense of progress and prevent you from feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of the final goal. For example, if your goal was to save $10,000 in 6 months, your milestones could be saving $1,667 by the end of the first month, $3,334 by the end of the second month, and so on. These smaller targets make the larger goal feel more attainable. Once you've identified your milestones, prioritize your task based on urgency and importance. Not all actions will carry the same weight or impact. Focus on high-leverage activities that will bring you closer to your goal faster. For example, if you're working toward building a successful online business, prioritizing market research and creating a high-quality product might take precedence over designing a logo or choosing a website theme. Use tools like to-do lists or project management software to keep your tasks organized and prioritized. Time management is another critical aspect of an effective action plan. Allocate specific blocks of time to work on your tasks and stick to them. Consistency is key to achieving your goals. Break your day into manageable segments and dedicate uninterrupted time to high-priority tasks. For instance, if your plan includes daily exercise, schedule it at the same time every day to build a routine. If you're juggling multiple commitments, use techniques like the Pomodoro technique or time blocking to maximize productivity. Your action plan should also include contingencies for potential obstacles. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. Anticipate what could go wrong and prepare solutions in advance. If your goal is to write a book, for example, you might encounter writer's block or time constraints. In your plan include strategies like setting aside time for creative inspiration, joining a writer's group, or establishing a minimum word count goal for each writing session, regardless of quality. Putting a small pipe outside By preparing for challenges, you ensure that setbacks don't derail your progress. Accountability is a powerful tool in sticking to your action plan. Share your plan with someone who will hold you responsible for completing your tasks. This could be a mentor, friend, or accountability partner. Regularly update them on your progress and be open to constructive feedback. You might also consider joining a community or group with similar goals, where mutual encouragement can help keep you motivated and focused. Reviewing and refining your action plan regularly is crucial. As you progress, you may discover that certain tasks aren't as effective as you anticipated, or that new opportunities arise. Be flexible and willing to adapt your plan as needed. Set aside time weekly or bi-weekly to evaluate your progress, celebrate your successes, and make any necessary adjustments. This ensures that your plan remains relevant and aligned with your ultimate goal. Tracking your progress is another essential element of a successful action plan. Use measurable criteria to evaluate your performance. If your goal is to improve your health, track metrics like weight, energy levels, or workout performance. If you're saving money, monitor your bank balance or spending habits. Visual progress, such as charts or graphs, can provide additional motivation and a clear sense of achievement. Lastly, integrate your plan into your daily life in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Goals should not feel like a burden or an imposition, but rather a part of your routine. Create habits that support your action plan, such as setting aside time each morning to review your goals, or keeping a journal to document your daily achievements and challenges. Over time, these habits will compound, bringing you closer to your goal. A well-crafted action plan is not just a tool for achieving your goals, it's a declaration of your commitment and belief in your ability to succeed. By breaking down your vision into actionable steps, prioritizing tasks, managing time effectively, and staying accountable, you create a clear and achievable path to success. Building consistent habits is the cornerstone of long-term success. Habits are the small, repeated actions we take daily that shape our lives and define our outcomes. When you develop consistent habits aligned with your goals, you create a foundation that makes progress inevitable. These habits are not monumental tasks, but small, manageable actions that, when performed consistently, lead to significant changes over time. This quickly became the definition of success and the practice of always knowing your why. It's the compounding effect of these actions that generates transformational results. Start by identifying the key habits that support your ultimate goal. For example, if you aim to improve your physical health, your habits might include drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, exercising for 30 minutes daily, and prioritizing nutritious meals. If your goal is to enhance your professional skills, habits like dedicating an hour to learning every day, networking regularly, or practicing your craft become essential. Clarity about which habits matter most ensures that your daily actions are aligned with your larger objectives. The power of habits lies in their ability to automate behavior. Once a habit is ingrained, it requires minimal mental effort to maintain. This automation frees up your mental energy for other tasks. For example, brushing your teeth every morning doesn't require a decision. It's automatic. Imagine if habits like working on your side project or journaling every evening were as effortless. The key is repetition. The more consistently you perform an action, the more deeply it becomes embedded in your routine. Creating a trigger for your habits can significantly enhance consistency. A trigger is an event or cue that prompts you to perform a habit. For instance, setting out your workout clothes the night before can serve as a trigger to exercise in the morning. Pairing a new habit with an existing one, a technique known as habit stacking, is also effective. If you already have the habit of making coffee every morning, you could stack a new habit like reading 10 pages of a book while your coffee brews. This association strengthens the likelihood of completing the new habit. Start small when building habits. Often, people set overly ambitious goals, like committing to a 2-hour workout session every day, which can quickly lead to burnout. Instead, focus on smaller, achievable steps. Begin with a 5-minute workout or a single push-up. These small wins build momentum and establish a pattern of success. Over time, as the habit becomes ingrained, you can increase the intensity or duration. The key is not to overwhelm yourself, but to create a sustainable routine. Tracking your habits is another powerful tool to ensure consistency. Use a habit tracker, whether a physical journal, app, or calendar, to monitor your progress. Each time you complete a habit, mark it off. This simple act of tracking creates a sense of accomplishment and motivates you to maintain your streak. Missing a day is not a failure, it's an opportunity to recommit. However, aim not to miss 2 consecutive days, as this can disrupt the momentum. Accountability is also crucial in habit formation. Share your habits with a trusted friend, mentor, or accountability partner. When someone else knows about your commitments, you're more likely to stick to them. Joining a group or community with similar goals can also provide encouragement and shared motivation. For instance, if you're developing a fitness habit, participating in a fitness group can make the process more enjoyable and sustainable. Also, Mindset plays a significant role in building habits. Focus on becoming the type of person who naturally performs the habit rather than merely completing the action. For example, instead of saying, I need to exercise, think, I am someone who values and prioritizes health. This identity-based approach shifts your perspective, making the habit an integral part of who you are rather than a chore you must complete. Overcoming resistance is a common challenge in habit building. Resistance often arises from a lack of motivation or perceived difficulty. One way to overcome this is by making the habit as easy and accessible as possible. Eliminate friction points. If your goal is to read more, keep a book within reach. If you want to meditate daily, create a quiet, dedicated space. The easier it is to perform the habit, the more likely you are to follow through. Celebrating small victories reinforces positive behavior and keeps you motivated. Each time you complete a habit, acknowledge your effort and progress. This could be as simple as giving yourself a mental high five or treating yourself to a small reward. Positive reinforcement creates a feedback loop that encourages continued effort and helps sustain your habits over the long term. Lastly, remember that habits are not about perfection, but persistence. There will be days when you falter or feel unmotivated. What matters is your ability to return to the habit and continue. Habits are a lifelong practice, and progress is more important than perfection. By committing to consistent habits, you not only achieve your goals, but also transform your identity and create a foundation for lasting success. Focusing on progress rather than perfection is one of the most liberating and effective mindsets you can adopt when trying to change your life in a short span of time. Perfection often becomes a roadblock, a paralyzing force that prevents action. It whispers that you're not ready yet, that everything must align perfectly before you begin. But in reality, life is messy, and waiting for perfection leads to stagnation. Embracing progress allows you to act, to learn as you go, and to celebrate even the smallest victories that propel you forward. Now, when you shift your mindset to prioritize progress, every step you take, no matter how small, becomes a part of your growth. You realize that success is not a singular event, but a series of actions, decisions, and moments where you push forward. For example, if your goal is to develop a healthier lifestyle, focusing on progress might mean walking for 15 minutes today, even if you couldn't hit the gym for an hour. It might mean opting for water instead of soda at dinner. These small wins, repeated daily, accumulate into significant changes. Progress over perfection also encourages experimentation and flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and rigid perfectionism can crumble when faced with unexpected challenges. When you aim for progress, you learn to adapt, finding creative solutions to obstacles. If your plan to read a book every week doesn't work out, you might instead listen to audiobooks during your commute or read a summary. The key is to keep moving forward rather than abandoning your efforts entirely because things didn't go as planned. This mindset also cultivates resilience. Perfectionism often magnifies failures, making them seem insurmountable. But when you value progress, failure becomes a natural and valuable part of the journey. You begin to see setbacks as opportunities to learn rather than reasons to give up. If a presentation at work doesn't go as expected, instead of dwelling on every mistake, you focus on what you did well and how you can improve next time. Progress teaches you to bounce back stronger. Tracking progress is another critical aspect of this approach. Measuring your efforts allows you to see how far you've come, which is both motivating and affirming. You might keep a journal, use apps, or set small milestones to celebrate along the way. If your goal is to save money, tracking your savings each week, no matter how small, reinforces the habit and motivates you to keep going. The act of recording progress creates a tangible sense of achievement even before you reach your ultimate goal. Focusing on progress rather than perfection also nurtures self-compassion. Perfectionism often brings with it harsh self-criticism and an unrealistic expectation of flawlessness. Progress, on the other hand, acknowledges your humanity. It allows you to forgive yourself when you fall short and to appreciate your efforts. If you miss a day of studying, progress reminds you to get back on track rather than abandoning your goal altogether. And this kindness towards yourself keeps your motivation alive and prevents burnout. Lastly, this mindset creates momentum. Progress fuels itself. Each small step forward builds confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to change. Momentum grows as you celebrate incremental achievements, making it easier to tackle the next challenge. This compounding effect is incredibly powerful, turning what once seemed like an insurmountable task into a series of manageable steps. And this is not just true for your successes, Barry. Momentum also grows when you inspire, rising the bars for others over a month. The accumulation of these small, consistent efforts can lead to dramatic transformations in your mindset, habits, and results. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you empower yourself to take action, adapt to challenges, learn from failures, and build sustainable habits. This mindset not only transforms your approach to short-term goals, but also lays the foundation for long-term growth and success. Adopting a one-step-at-a-time mindset is a transformative way to approach any goal, especially when aiming to change your life in a month. The enormity of significant life changes can often feel overwhelming, leaving you paralyzed by the sheer scale of what needs to be done. Breaking these changes into manageable, actionable steps allows you to focus on what you can do today, rather than becoming lost in the vastness of the ultimate goal. This mindset begins with setting clear, specific, and achievable daily actions that align with your broader objectives. For instance, if your goal is to improve your physical health, rather than aiming to lose a large amount of weight or run a marathon immediately, you might focus on smaller, incremental actions, like walking for 20 minutes, drinking more water, or preparing one healthy meal each day. These steps are not only manageable, but also help you build consistency, which is crucial for long-term success. The one-step-at-a-time approach is deeply rooted in the concept of micro-habits. By focusing on small, repeatable actions, you minimize resistance and build momentum. For example, if your goal is to declutter your home, tackling one drawer or one corner of a room each day feels far less daunting than trying to clean the entire house in one go. Each completed step brings a sense of accomplishment, creating positive reinforcement that encourages you to keep going. Another advantage of this approach is its ability to reduce stress and prevent burnout. When you try to do too much at once, you risk overwhelming yourself and losing motivation. But by concentrating on just one task at a time, you allow yourself to fully engage with the present moment. This focused attention not only improves the quality of your work, but also keeps you mentally and emotionally balanced. If your goal is to learn a new skill, dedicating 30 minutes each day to practice is far more sustainable than attempting to master everything in a single weekend. The incremental nature of this mindset also makes it easier to adapt to challenges and setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and rigid plans often fail when faced with unexpected circumstances. When you take things step by step, you can adjust your actions based on what's happening around you. For example, if your goal is to improve your career prospects and a scheduled networking event gets canceled, you can redirect your efforts to updating your resume or reaching out to contacts online. This flexibility ensures that you continue making progress even when obstacles arise. Tracking your progress is an integral part of this mindset. Keeping a record of your daily actions allows you to see how each step contributes to your overall goal. Whether it's journaling your achievements, checking off tasks on a to-do list, or using an app to monitor your habits, documenting your efforts provides tangible evidence of your growth. This not only boosts your confidence, but also keeps you motivated. For instance, if you're working on improving your finances, seeing how saving a small amount each day adds up over time reinforces the power of consistent effort. The one-step-at-a-time philosophy also fosters patience and persistence. Significant changes rarely happen overnight, and this mindset helps you embrace the journey rather than rushing to the destination. By focusing on the process, you develop the discipline and resilience needed to overcome challenges and stay committed. If your goal is to write a book, setting a daily word count, even if it's just 200 words, keeps you moving forward. Over the course of a month, these small increments can lead to substantial progress. Finally, this approach emphasizes the importance of celebrating small wins. Each step you complete is a victory that deserves recognition. Acknowledging these achievements reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed and makes the journey more enjoyable. If your goal is to improve your relationships, even small actions like sending a thoughtful text or spending quality time with a loved one can have a significant impact. Celebrating these moments reminds you of the value of your efforts and motivates you to keep going. By adopting a one-step-at-a-time mindset, you transform daunting goals into achievable actions. This approach not only helps you stay focused and motivated, but also ensures that the changes you make are sustainable and meaningful. Over the course of a month, these consistent, incremental efforts can lead to profound and lasting transformation. Celebrating progress, no matter how small, is a crucial aspect of achieving meaningful change within a month. Many people focus so intently on the end goal that they overlook the significance of the steps they've already taken. Recognizing and celebrating these achievements, however minor they may seem, provides vital encouragement and fosters a positive mindset that fuels continued progress. When you celebrate progress, you're not just acknowledging the result of your efforts, you're validating the process. Every small step you take contributes to the larger picture, and these incremental wins are what keep you moving forward. For instance, if your goal is to improve your fitness, completing your first week of workouts without skipping a session is a milestone worth celebrating. It signifies commitment, discipline, and the ability to prioritize your goals despite challenges. That you have the long-term vision and discipline and the ability to prioritize your goals despite challenges. Celebrations create a sense of accomplishment and momentum. When you acknowledge your progress, you reinforce the belief that your efforts are worthwhile and that you are capable of achieving your larger objectives. This positive reinforcement is especially important when the ultimate goal feels distant or overwhelming. If your focus is on learning a new language, celebrating milestones like mastering basic phrases or completing a series of lessons helps you stay motivated and reminds you that you're making tangible progress. Small celebrations are also an opportunity to pause and reflect on what's working and what could be improved. They provide a moment to assess your strategies, recognize patterns, and make adjustments if needed. For example, if your goal is to save money, hitting a weekly savings target gives you a chance to evaluate your budgeting approach and identify ways to optimize it further. This habit of reflection ensures that your journey remains intentional and aligned with your larger aspirations. The act of celebrating doesn't have to be grand or extravagant. It's about finding meaningful ways to acknowledge your progress that resonate with you personally. Simple rewards like enjoying a favorite meal, taking a relaxing break, or sharing your achievement with a trusted friend can be deeply fulfilling. If your goal is related to personal development, such as building self-confidence, acknowledging moments where you stepped out of your comfort zone and succeeded can be immensely empowering. Celebrations also help combat the discouragement that can arise during periods of slow or incremental progress. It's easy to feel like you're not making enough headway, especially when working towards ambitious goals. By focusing on what you've accomplished so far, no matter how small, you shift your attention away from perceived shortcomings and onto the positive outcomes of your efforts. If your goal is to launch a business, celebrating milestones like completing market research or securing your first client reminds you of how far you've come and keeps you motivated to push forward. Moreover, celebrating progress strengthens your emotional connection to your goals. It transforms the pursuit of change from a task-applicated endeavor into a rewarding journey filled with moments of joy and fulfillment. This emotional resonance makes you more likely to stay committed and resilient, even when faced with obstacles. For instance, if your goal is to improve your mental health, celebrating victories like establishing a daily meditation practice or successfully managing a stressful situation helps you associate positive emotions with your self-care efforts. In a broader sense, celebrating progress also teaches you to cultivate gratitude and mindfulness. It encourages you to appreciate the present moment and recognize the value of your efforts, regardless of how far you still have to go. This mindset fosters a sense of contentment and reduces the tendency to constantly chase future achievements at the expense of current satisfaction. If your goal is to deepen your relationships, celebrating acts of kindness or meaningful conversations helps you focus on the joy of connection rather than solely striving for some abstract ideal of a perfect relationship. Finally, celebrating progress serves as a source of inspiration for others. When you share your milestones and the lessons you've learned along the way, you encourage and motivate those around you to pursue their own goals. Whether it's posting about your achievements on social media, sharing insights with friends, or simply being a living example of persistence and determination, your celebrations can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own journey. By embracing the practice of celebrating progress, you create a positive feedback loop that reinforces your commitment, boosts your motivation, and makes the process of change more enjoyable and sustainable. Over time, these celebrations become not just moments of recognition, but also powerful reminders of your capacity to grow, achieve, and transform your life, one step at a time.